You want details? Fine. I drive a Ferrari 355 Cabriolet. What's up? I have a ridiculous house in the South Fork. I have every toy you can possibly imagine. And best of all, kids, I am liquid. So, now you know what's possible. Let me tell you what's required.
Life Advice. The email address is lifeadvicerr@gmail.com. Ceruti and Kyle are here. Huge announcement that we teased earlier in this week on the show. But the Ryen Russillo show, along with Part of My Take and Spit and Chicklets, are all going to be now on Netflix. So you can watch all of us right after you get done with any documentary. If you haven't caught up on Ozarks. Locked in. So what you see here in the video format, you're going to now see on Netflix. There was talk about a studio for me, and honestly, everybody was kind of like, if you're fine doing your thing, we like the backdrop. And I was like, I'm definitely fine just going into my kitchen prep in the morning, then coming over here and doing it from the office. So it's not going to be any fancier. It's just awesome to be on an incredible streaming provider and have this kind of partnership. And Dave just making it pretty simple and hit me up and be like, hey, is this something you want to do? So we've been talking about it for a little bit, not a lot of conversation. And look, this is where all this stuff is going. And I'm just really, really excited to be a part of it. So get out. I probably will hire on-site makeup though, because I do miss that Smart. From the ESPN radio days, like going in, getting,
yeah, 4K, the 1080p is could be harsh, not on just
it's so
you,
close.
Yeah,
it's so close. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to answer more questions. I've been sort of operating in secret. Like my family was like, "What do you do again?" Like most of the people outside, outside.
I'm a Netflix bitch.
Yeah, and now I think I'm gonna have to answer more questions. My grandma started poking around. She's like, "I've been watching you on the YouTube, and I gotta say."
Not anymore.
I think I might have to clean it up a little bit. I don't want to change the tone of Life Advice, but I think
I'll tell you right now, whatever this stage setting is, can we stay with this one?
You liking this? You liking the peak? I was thinking about getting maybe a little background
the 80s
behind me.
Den. Yeah, I like
a lot of wood panels. This is a sheet and some wire
just
rods
like
over here.
stuff.
You got the Viva sticker in
a
the
lot
background.
Of stuff. I do. Oh, you picked that out.
Yeah, I see. I got good eyes.
This was the first day, and I don't know. There's a lot to be done, but I feel like I look lighter than usual, but.
We're also going to be the Super Bowl for the entire week. I thought I was done. I thought it was like New Orleans, like that's the last one. It's over for me. And now since we're doing a new show, and basically I just want Kyle to be at one of the parties. So I felt like I owed it to the staff.
This can be great.
Yeah. So fired up. This is awesome, man. It's awesome news. Trying to just keep growing the show. And again, a partnership here that is off to a great start.
What do you think is going to be? I wonder just like if they'll suggest things, after you finish watching our show. It's like, hey, also watch this. Is it going to be, is Alone on Netflix? I feel like that's probably one that would work well. I'm trying to think of what else would that
might have been maybe the meanest thing Ceruti's ever said to me.
Yeah, that thing stocked. He was ready to go with that one.
I'm just trying to see. I don't know if it's on
Something
there.
Lighthearted,
get it on there.
Arrested Development.
Yeah, going to strike me as a Stranger
If
Things
you like
guy.
The Trashers documentary.
It's likely just going to go from PMT to like, if you like this, maybe you'll like this. I don't know though. I don't know. Maybe there'll be some therapy show, and then it'll be like, if you like this, and then it's like, boom, right into Life Advice. Wouldn't it be funny if Netflix edited the videos where Netflix just has Life Advice first, and then they put my monologues at the end?
We don't need this. Yeah,
it's like we've got incredible data collection and based on retention rates.
What happened 7 years ago? Got it, dude. What did you sort of notice the other day that you're going to track and get back to us on? Okay. All right. So you know what I do want to do though? Kind of a group project. I don't know what it is, but I'd like to get a show going where we all start a show at the same time. And maybe it's like recap Thursdays or whatever. Like we don't need an entire new arm of the show here, but I would like to all of us be on the same page. We could go book.
I would do a book.
I just got my Pleasant Valley Library card. I'm ready to go.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, we talked about the Russillo book club, like for real. And maybe, obviously listeners could read along. We'll do 3 chapters at a time. That could be cool.
Yeah, I've just finished a few books here that I wanted to have the authors. I don't know what's going on. We got Gunfighters in the holster. That one's done. Gunfighters was incredible. Awesome gift for your dad if he likes the old shoot 'em ups. 1929, Sorkin. I don't know why we haven't gotten him on yet. Just finished that one, and now I'm on the Edmund Fitzgerald. So I think we'll be able to get John Bacon on.
Did the Edmund Fitzgerald content take over your Instagram feeds too?
What's that?
That's like the Edmund Fitzgerald content. I got that for like a month straight. I know it's like a 50-year anniversary. Well, yeah, but just like the ship and the song, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And then I kind of I was really into it.
The amount that I tried that song in Frolic Room, I might have to read the book just to get a better understanding. I mean, it was like one of my signatures.
Yeah, I'll tell you, as a salty, us ocean guys, we look down on the lake guys, but you get through 20 pages of this Great Lakes stuff, and you just start going.
I was going to say, some would say that lake is more dangerous than oceans. That lake,
Lake
Superior is wild.
Really?
Well, the lake guys would tell you. Okay. This is real. This is SEC Big Ten all over again.
Yeah, here we
go. I don't know. I don't want to be so impressionable that all of a sudden I read half of a book on the lakes, and it's like, okay, the lakes, but the ships are not designed to take on what would be ocean. Like for the most part, at least with this, I mean, the ship sank 50 years ago, but when you get into the design, he does such a great job of talking about how they were designed and maximizing just basically cargo shipping. So anyway.
I don't think I'd want to do a book club on a book like that. Just the way it sounds interesting to you, but it doesn't sound interesting to me. Can we do a fiction? No, we can't do that, right? You guys don't have time for fiction.
What about if we start reading about samurais, the Book of Five Rings? It's only like 100 plus pages.
Okay, we're talking.
Do that.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Musashi?
Now we're talking.
Because I'm thinking about getting into a phase. I don't know what it is yet.
When Shogun comes back, we could watch Shogun. We all like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know what show. I don't know what show we could get on. I don't know if Landman
Beast and
works.
Me. Watch it right now on Netflix.
I vote Shogun. We all liked it when it came out. Ryan's got the history bug.
I do that. I haven't started it yet.
A little slow.
Is that why you're smirking? Yeah. I was about to say.
Like it. Well done. Incredible acting. They're taking their time to get into it. We'll see.
What if we just zagged and we made Russillo watch like The Samurai Turned Pretty?
I don't know. I'm back on the samurai thing, though. You guys anti the samurai phase?
No, I got two samurai games going right now. No.
Always
what's going on with Russillo? Like, he identifies as annoying right now.
Some katanas, yeah.
I don't know that I'd ever go full katana purchase. I think I'm too old for that. I think
cool
you have to be within a certain window. Like Kyle's a year or two away from having a katana collection, right?
Yeah, once I get this sheet into a wall, maybe I'll do that.
I told you guys about my buddy. He just started a dagger collection after watching Game of Thrones. Just not a knife guy, but
that's the thing when you realize you're an adult and you're just like, oh man, I guess I do have free will. Yeah.
Yeah, that is really the best because it's like, hey, I'm a grown up now. But you're like, are you? Because you just bought a bunch of daggers.
I just think I might get a knife subscription. Just get a new one every 2 months.
I'd sign up for that. Yeah. All right. What else do we got here?
We
haven't done anything. Yeah.
No, but I got another quick aside because we got to talk about this. You saw the Josh Hart thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I told you it happens more than you think.
So for those that didn't see it after the NBA Cup win by your New York Knicks, the celebration based on an email that we just had about photos with a family member where the guy would basically give his brother that inspection.
Is there a slang for that?
After 40.
Is there a word that's not gross for that?
But
probably not.
Yeah, so Josh Hart did it to Brunson, and then it was on camera. And then Brunson turns around like, whoa, dude, what are you doing? And then Hart has been tweeting about it. He's got a couple tweets. Caught in 4K.
Claiming
AI. And he wasn't even healthy last night. He pulled that off.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think to my point, I was right that a swinging around and hitting him in the nuts would have been an overreaction in everyone's eyes. I mean, I know they're holding the trophy, but I think the first thing you think that it made me think was like, yeah, see, wasn't as big a deal as hitting somebody in the nuts, I think.
But I think there's a difference though.
You have the teammate bonds.
The locker room thing, because like, these guys change together. They, weird shit happens, dude. It's just dudes being weird. Like that happens sometimes. Not saying that that's what I would do, but it's a totally different thing to do it in a family photo.
I'm not sure it is.
I think it is. I think
blood's thicker than water, dude. I don't know.
I don't know. And it happens in sports a lot. Like I said, I told you it happens a lot in soccer, but this was the NBA. So
yeah, that's a sign of dudes having a good time.
Yeah, but there's an age where I don't want
I
anyone
take that back.
What age is that? Yeah.
phrasing. We still doing phrasing? All right. This is almost a Friday feedback. You know, we'll save it because we did a lot. We did a lot of extra stuff here.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's a real humdinger. What movie? All right. 5'9", 160. Not many gym stats. Do a lot of Peloton. Play a lot of golf. Try to keep the dad bod from getting out of hand. I live in Ryan's favorite city of Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Twos, broski.
That's
Would
annoying.
never tell people I am from here for obvious reasons. I'm from Calgary. College roommate calling me on FaceTime in the middle of a nationally broadcast podcast. Thank you. They found a picture of me from college that everybody's very excited
We've been
about.
sending some college photos.
have.
That's been fun.
Yeah.
Although I got to say,
Yeah,
Ryan
it's
looks
totally
like
tame.
by far and away the coolest, most put together out of the ones we've been sending. But that wasn't a freshman photo you sent, right, Ryan?
No, I'm senior year in that
Yeah,
one.
okay.
I'm just the world.
Ceruti's
is-
clearly a freshman. I mean, Ceruti might be on a visit. He looks so little in that one. He might be on a
I was
senior-
17, dude. All right.
Ceruti's like that. Actually, that was my first year on Mike and Mike.
I
We
was
used to
wearing
call
a
him Twilight.
a
What's up with
t-shirt
this
that's
dude?
not in rotation anymore. It's funny. I showed Maddie some of the pictures since you saw what we said back to each other, and I sent the picture of myself, and Kyle's response was, "Now that looks like a guy who's going to chirp you." And she was like, "Kyle has never been more correct in his life."
You had like
Yeah,
the
you
West
almost
Coast thing going on.
I know it's the Italian thing, but like you probably could have passed for Hispanic,
Yeah, I'm just
right?
like, you know,
I don't. That's not
Southern
offensive,
Greek.
right?
Yeah.
yeah, vaguely Mediterranean, a little
There's
Spanish.
something
I don't
going
know.
on in
Yeah.
there. I was like, if that guy came in, it was like, oh my god, fucking. Like,
Well, I was
that's-
way more tan
visit
back then. I
family
used to
in
be able to
Mexico City.
actually like, yeah. Now I'm just, you know, who knows? Speaking of Mike and Mike, I became vitamin D deficient and never been the same. So now I'm pale as hell.
When you wear a
That's-
sweater like
that's a
that,
true
though,
story.
it really offsets. That's which is
Wait,
nice.
Do
Say,
you like that?
say that again.
Yeah, no, it's a true story. When I started working on Mike and Mike, I literally started I took like vitamin D supplements because I never saw the sun, especially in the winter, dude. I would be, because I'd sleep all day. I like to watch games at night. It was a disaster. And I've never been the same.
Like, so your deal is up. We want to talk to you about your raise here at ESPN, and you know, how do you think this last year went? Well, I'm dying. I'm actually dying, and I'm not even 30.
Yep.
Like, all right, we'll keep you through football.
Okay.
He was so pale.
Yeah.
That's why we started, because of the Twilight movies. We were like,
Right.
what's up with Twilight?
Cowherd, yeah. Cowherd started that, and then Gottlieb took credit for it.
What?
That's what happened.
But you were so pale, but you were also good looking.
Thank you.
Still
So
are.
that's
I'm
more
not sure.
Twilight. It's a double entendre then.
It
'cause those
was
guys
both.
were hot.
It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's pale as shit, but he might be a vampire because he's also good looking. And Twilight was huge, like
Right.
young adult fiction.
Listen, if you want to compare me to Robert Pattinson, I'm
Couldn't
not
keep
going
it
to
on
tell you that
shelves.
you're wrong.
Yeah,
But-
right. All right, so back to Toronto.
Yeah. What happened?
It's a Mazda email, but would never tell people I am from here for
Is that
obvious
more
reasons.
slang? You keep getting it.
I'm
in there.
from Calgary. Shout out Banff and Ryan's Banff trip. God, I love Banff.
Yeah.
I think I want to go back. I want to go in the off season. I have a holiday dilemma that I would appreciate the team's input on. There's an awesome pull ticket dive bar, all cash. Kyle, it was made for you. They should change the name of it to Kyle's. Anyway, we're spending some of the holidays this year with my wife's family in Quebec, December 29th, January 4th. My wife and I have a 1-year-old. She has 4 siblings and 2 step siblings, plus kids who I mostly get on with. No need to go into further detail. My real dilemma is that I'm a massive Denver Nuggets fan and have been since childhood. I am lucky to now live in an NBA city, and as a Western Conference team, there's only a chance of them being here once a year. You guys putting it together. This year, the game falls on New Year's Eve. The question is, do I leave the family, more specifically my wife and child, to fly back to Toronto on New Year's Eve for a one-night game?
No.
Jokic is obviously in his prime, and I feel like I have to take advantage of every opportunity that exists to witness this while it lasts. Thanks for reading. Boys?
I think we should start with Ryan because I think I know what you would do. especially when we're talking Jokic. I think like
Jokic?
this breaks all your rules, right? You would be like, I don't know.
Even I wouldn't. This is dumber than the guy trying to live with his buddies.
Yeah. I thought he was going to say,
Is it?
like, can I like sneak off and watch it? I'm like, I'm planning on doing that this weekend with the Johnnies. But like, should I fly back?
Big Johnny's game.
Big one.
I don't even know how you would begin to address this. Like, he's emailing this like he has a chance. What wife with a 1-year-old and all of the family? I mean, maybe she's out there and she's just like totally gets
babysitters,
it.
sounds like.
Yeah.
Flying with a baby alone too, like that's.
He's not flying. Wait, so he would be waiting in Toronto, or does he go back to Quebec?
I figured
said
she'd be
fly
flying
back.
back alone with the kid, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he'd have to at least come back and help her travel back.
Yes, then that's expensive.
But it sounds like it's that important. I mean, he wrote this whole email.
He says for the one night, fly to Toronto for New Year's Eve for the one night game, and that the stay is the way I interpreted his date, his range here was that he would then go back to Quebec.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Then,
dude, she's got no New Year's Eve kiss too.
Jokic.
Well, come on.
Is he not going to be good next year? Like I feel like you think he's going to be fine next year. Just wait a year. He's not going to. It'll probably be all right.
Has he played in Detroit yet?
Yeah.
Oh, is that right across the bridge there?
Well,
Probably
if you've been
not.
reading anything about the Edmund Fitzgerald, you realize a lot of these places are a lot closer than you would think.
Here's the thing,
Coast
too.
elites. Yeah.
Yes. If you're willing to fly back to Toronto and then back to Quebec, just fly. Go
Fly
see
to
Jokic
another
in
city
New York
when he's
City.
somewhere else.
Yeah, go see him at the
Yeah,
Garden.
that's- Right. Yeah. Pick out some. Go to Chicago. I don't even know. I feel like that swing has not happened. So
Does he not want to come into the U.S.? Is that his deal? Is that the thing? Because either way,
oof.
Right?
Political talk, right?
Tariffs.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
It sounds like it wasn't an option.
Wouldn't
for
have
him.
brought it up.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
All right. Fair point. Yeah, I think that one's
Don't
tough,
go.
man.
No, I think you should have a nice New Year's with your brand new family, and and you're going to be all around her people. Like Ceruti sort of said this with the guy who was planning on taking a break from his life for a year. It's just like everyone else it's almost disrespectful. All of her family, all of her siblings, and whatever there, and be like, wait, he just left you? Like what the hell?
It's not a good look for you.
Yeah, New Year's Eve is one of those you want to have your partner with you, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of great thing about having a wife or a girlfriend is that, there's an age where you don't want any hangups. And then there's the, like a lot of you dudes out there get it, like that anxiety of who am I going to kiss tonight?
Right.
Yeah. When you just don't, when it's 11:50, you're like,
Do you guys have that
You
anxiety?
think it's not real, and then the clock starts ticking, and you're like, damn, really?
You've actually had that anxiety.
And then 12:01,
You've been at a party and you were like,
checking your phones for
everyone's gonna
Sacramento
be
Kings over. And you're like, I'm not going to kiss anyone ever again. No one likes me.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Don't
from
exist in
college.
movies.
Come on.
You have been at a bar and been like, the dudes are going to look at me and it's going to be midnight and I'm not going to have anyone to kiss.
Yes, Steve.
It's never
Yeah.
once happened.
Also, I got guys that might like just pull it off. Like he might have 5 minutes left, and it's like, all right, I'll pull it off, and then I'm going to be the one who didn't. I don't think so.
Then when you're in a bunk beds later that night, be like, I can't believe you didn't kiss anyone.
Damn.
Yeah.
Guess I'm a loser. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I guess
Must
we're
have been
losers.
easy
I mean.
for Latino Steve.
To be clear, it's not like I was like
Esteban.
making out every New Year's Eve and had like tons of options.
Kind of sounds like it. Or you didn't even care. That's
I
how
just
easy
didn't
it was
care.
for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Yeah.
Start
Will
a new
Latino
FIFA
Steve
season.
stick?
Went from Euro Steve to Latino Steve. That's all right.
Well, look, I don't know.
I would post this
was-
picture, but the T-shirt, I don't know that I want to have that T-shirt be out there. So
It's a tough T-shirt. It does remind me. It was a bit along the lines of like the female body inspector T-shirt, where
Yeah,
like
it's exactly
I
the
went
kind of
from thinking it was the dumbest T-shirt to now when I see a guy wearing it, I think it's the funniest thing in the world again. Like it was clever the first time you ever saw it, and then
Yes.
it's like the people that are Daytona, like seeing it for the first time, holding it, but they go, oh my God, can you see how the letters work? We have to get that for Rick. We have to get that for Rick. He loves the ladies.
that's
And
it's like the
then
I
you
Heart
see it-
NY shirt. People like just rocking that in New York. It's like, all right, yeah, listen, you live your truth. Love it.
Also, yeah, same category.
That's a
But
classic
now,
logo.
now when I see it, I just think I'm like, this is so old now that it's funny again. When loyalty collides with integrity. Sounds serious. First time, long time, 5'11", 230, 37 years old, bench 315, married 10 years, relevant. Names are already changed. Okay, thank you. I want to share a situation that's been sitting heavy with me, not to justify anything, but to work through it honestly and hopefully learn something from it. A close friend of ours, Taylor, got invited on an annual buddies golf trip for the first time. Kevin and I sponsored him.
Congrats.
Sponsored him. Historically, Taylor's been closer with Kevin, but the three of us live near each other. Our families are intertwined. Our wives are friends. We celebrate birthdays and kids' events together. This isn't a casual friendship. It's a real-life overlap. On the last night of the trip, Taylor was making out with a girl at the bar. It's not even New Year's Eve. This guy's killing it. It immediately made me uncomfortable. First, because it's objectively wrong. He's married, but also because I know his wife personally, and she's friends with my wife. It crossed a line that wasn't theoretical. I seriously debated pulling him aside. What I wanted to say something was like, it's all blank there, man. We'll never know. He wanted to say something to him, essentially. But I went back and forth and ultimately said nothing. About a month later, a buddy asked me why I hadn't hung out with Taylor in a while. I said, I don't know. He was a lot to handle on the boys' trip. From across the room, I thought she was outside. Oh, my wife says, what does that mean?
No.
Caught with my pants around my ankles, I told her what happened. She was furious, dude. Not just at the situation, but that I hadn't told her. I explained that I genuinely didn't know how to handle it and felt stuck. That part eventually settled, but the fallout didn't fully go away. She doesn't want me hanging out with Taylor anymore, which I understand. But now anytime any of my other friends want to get together and Taylor's involved, I'm either forced to say no or lie to my wife. Neither seems right. Neither option feels right. More intense. Here's the hardest part. Taylor has always been good to me. He's been generous, kind, and a solid friend. Cutting someone off entirely for what I see as a serious but singular mistake feels heavy. At the same time, my marriage obviously comes first. No question. We agree. It's been several months since the trip, and it's water under the bridge for everyone, but these situations keep coming up. Ultimately, if I had to cut Taylor out, I would, but Kevin and I are long-term friends, and I really don't want him thinking I'm a snitch. I'm aware the situation is already botched for the most part, but my advice would be but any advice would be great. So it sounds like you told your wife, but she never told his wife, obviously, because
which is great.
Still wants to hang out.
Which I guess is the good one silver lining here. I don't know, man.
That anxiety bomb's going to hang around your head like a fucking necktie, though.
Yeah. God, it sounds like this boys trip needs to have like an informational video about what not to do. This is like one of those like things you have to sit through when you first start working at Burger King, and it's like, well, now do you think you should do this or that? And one of the options is totally training. Not the one, and this is what he did. Crazy. So what should you do to fix this? I don't know. I don't want to go first. What do you guys think?
Oh, I pretty muddy. You should get you screwed up, but you should get some credit from your wife for being honest about the situation. That's a good feather in your cap. So it's like that's a win for you, I think. So I think you have to parlay that into being like, listen, if I just like you have to explain to her like how
I would have lied.
A situation.
Yeah, I mean, it all goes without saying.
What happened? You'd be like,
too many reams,
brown water.
Yeah.
Like you got to be quicker.
Yeah,
I know. It feels like it's so easy to like just
potty
make
mouth,
something up.
Big potty mouth on this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Terrible golfer, yada, yada. Doesn't tip the cart girl, all that
Something,
stuff.
Anything, dude.
But I think you have to use your goodwill with your wife to be like, listen, this is a terrible spot for me. If not hanging out with this guy, the guys are asking questions. Like it just makes the whole situation worse for me. And I think you have to just be honest with her about that because it's going to be impossible for you to just not hang out with them and have them not ask what's going on.
That's the best one. Plead with your wife, I think. And like make her see how this is really,
because she's the only one that can know what you did, like that you told this story. Otherwise, you're probably not getting the invite on the next golf trip. So.
Yeah, here's the thing: if Taylor finds out about this, problem solved. You never get to hang out with him.
Yeah, go join a bowling league or something because your ass is grass, pal.
37, you got a couple buddies. You can start on golf trips. Like this stuff's real. Like it's not your wife, but it's pretty close to being as valuable as a marriage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
start getting older and being like, I'd love to do something someday.
Making new friends is hard too, as this podcast has shown for dudes.
Yeah, dude, over and over again.
I think the fact that your wife, once you explained it to her, and to Ceruti's point, which is a great point, feather in the cap, came clean on this whole thing. And it's like, well, look, if I were sketchy, I wouldn't have told you the truth about this thing. His behavior is not my behavior. You've been married to me for 10 years. You know my idea. I mean, look, you gave in immediately. So you're an open book. She realizes that. But this whole it's just, this stuff kind of drives me crazy. Like, clearly this guy fucked up, and whatever's going on in his marriage or whatever his boundaries of like what is right and what is wrong, because like depending on kind of what group you're hanging out with, like sometimes you'll be like, whoa,
You'd be surprised
like,
what happens on the off leash thing.
Yeah,
the one time
there's
every couple of years that guy gets out.
There's other groups that are just like without like I'm going to make sure that I'm going to bed early, and I'm not going to be going out because I do have a family and I don't even want to put myself in that kind of situation. I was like, dude, I asked, it's 8:00. I asked if you want to get a Coors Light at the clubhouse. Like, fucking relax, you know? And I also think that there's just this line of like, no one's ever 100% honest with anybody else, you know? Like, what are you going to do? Like, hey, what's going on? Hey, I need to talk to you. I was at the Erewhon deli counter and the fucking eye patch guy was working and I was aroused. I grabbed some beef brisket. I was aroused, and I just want to be straightforward with you on that one. You know, like, you didn't do anything. You then told the truth in an impossible situation. These should be things in your favor of like, I'm going to golf with him. I'm not going to have an orgy with him.
Yep.
Problem solved.
That's the only play. You're right. Good job, guys.
Okay. That'll do it for the show today. I wanted to end with a poem.
Get
you know
out
what?
of
I'm
here.
going to do that. I'm going to do that
out.
next week.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to end with do that next week. Yeah. Thanks to Ceruti. Thanks to Kyle, the Ryen Russillo Show. Please subscribe to the show. Leave a little review. Let us know how we can get better. We'll do a Friday feedback at some point. Probably not going to put a date on it. And again, thanks to Netflix and that deal. I think we're still able to do some shorts on the YouTube stuff. So we'll keep doing that for the NBA thing.
Yep.
But look, 99% of the content's all going to be on Netflix, and we couldn't be happier about the
Look
whole
out,
thing.
Mom and Dad.
So yeah, look out, Kyle. People start going, if you
God
like
damn
Kyle, next thing you know, it's Glenn Powell. It might not even be content related. Just be like, you like this guy. Boom. Here's your next dude. That'll do for the show today. Talk to you tomorrow.